Hello friends, welcome back to another deck profile. This time we're going to be looking at B.E.S, the Bacterian Empire ship, as they call it in the video games. This is a deck that's been out for quite a while actually, since the big core card got released, but with the release of the new set, we got these two new cards, the all-important B.E.F Zelos, the Field Spell, and Mark III, Big Core Mark III, the pretty good level 8 ship, the new one. So yeah, let's have a look at this build. Right, so first of all we play 3 of the B.E.S Big Core Mark III. This one you can spec it from your hand if you control no monsters and your opponent controls a monster. So similar to like a Cyber Dragon, you can just special summon it and it gains 3 counters when it's special summoned. So if you don't know yet, all of them have the effects of not being able to destroy by battle if you control one and they have a token at least, but at the end of the battle they have to remove a token. But I play 3 of this one because it's one of the best ones. You can spec it from hand so you can play it without the field spell. And yeah, it's also got the biggest attack. It's 2/7 attack and it goes up to 3/2 if you got the field spell. This is one of the new ones as well. It's quite cheap to get hold of this one because it's a rare from the latest set. So 3 of this one, B.E.S Big Core Mark III. This is the level 7 one. I only played 1 of this one. I used to play 3 or 2, but I eventually dropped it to 1. This is B.E.S Covered Core. This is a funny one because it's a 2/5 attack one with 800 defense. If you attack with it, you will have to flip a coin. If you call it right, the counter stays. So it's unlike the other ones where it's mandatorily removes the counter after a battle, but this one, it can survive on the 1 token that the field spell provides, but it's one of the worst ones because it's level 7. It needs to be tributed with 2 monsters, so only play 1. Next one is B.E.S Big Core Mark II. This is the second one of the Big Core series, I guess. And this one's alright because you can normal summon it if you control no monsters without any tributes, but it only gains counters if you special summon it. Now the rest of the effects are the same, so it combos from a battle, etc. But I play 3 because it's level 6, which means it combos quite well with the next card, Tetran, because you can overlay with both of them, and you can also normal summon it. So this is one of a few of them where you can play it without needing the field spell or need tribute summoning, for example. 3 of that guy, it's pretty good. And probably the best of the lot is B.E.S Tetran. You get this in Ultimate Rare and stuff, so if you want the max rarity of this, do that. But I got the cheap super rare one, but this one, it looks quite nice, got like a spinning thing. This is a villain ship, of course. This one, if you have a counter on it, if you tribute summon, you get in 3 counters, so they all have the effect except a couple of them. So this one, however, can pop spell and trap cards by removing a counter. So usually I combine it with a field spell where you special summon it off the field spell, gain 1 counter, destroy a back row, and of course the field spell fetches the continuous spell card, Boss Rush, and then after this attacks it will explode immediately, meaning that it will proc off Boss Rush. So it's one of the best ones because you can already remove the counter as soon as you summon it, and it's also level 6, which means you can overlay it with this one to make some decent plays. So yeah, that's 3 of this one. This is pretty good because of 3 off. Should play that as a 3 off, it's quite good. And the next monster is the last B.E.S monster we play. It's a level 5 machine B.E.S Crystal Core. This one's quite handy sometimes because you can switch a monster from attack position to defense position. You don't even have to remove a counter. It's also level 5 machine, so you can use that with the instant fusion targets like Panzer Dragon and Theseus for certain extra deck plays that is quite niche, but you don't really have to do those plays. Only really if you get the instant fusion. Next up we play 2 Planet Pathfinders. This is another extra terraforming so you can search your field spell more consistently. Although you can't play the Boss Rush continuous spell when you use it, when you search the field spell, you don't really care too much because Boss Rush, you usually don't trigger it until the next turn. So yeah, Planet Pathfinder, play 2 or 3 of it. Quite a good card. It's also level 4 for some place with Northern. And of course Max C, only play 1 because it's at 1 and it's quite good. This is Max C. Alright, so let's go to the spell lineup. Alright, so of course, triple of the field spell, B.E.F Zelos, the best card in the deck. You need this card to play the game. Special summon 1 from hand once per turn, give it a token when it's special summoned, and also makes your cards a Magic Spectre, pretty much. Can't be targeted, can't be destroyed, so it's insane. You do need this spell card to play though. If you don't have this in the game, you'll probably struggle and be a couple of turns behind your opponent. But yeah, play 3, no nonsense really. Boss Rush, I don't like playing 3, I don't like playing 1. I think 2 is the good spot playing this deck, this card in this deck, because you can sometimes hard draw one of them and then you sometimes want a second search, and if you do, that means you can special summon 2 from your deck at the end of the turn if something is destroyed. Keep in mind this card stops you from normal summoning, so it could be bad sometimes if you can't normal summon because you have no monsters. When you don't have the field spell and you open this card, so You gotta watch out when you play this card, and you can't normal summon the turn you activate it as well with the errata version. So if you use Planet Pathfinder, it doesn't work, but you don't really care too much because you don't really destroy your cards until the next turn. Dark Hole, this is better than Raigeki in this deck in my opinion because it triggers Boss Rush. The field spell only protects destruction from your opponent's effects, so it doesn't protect you from your own stuff, but that means it's good because you can also destroy the whole field and then destroy your ship after the battle phase or something if they still live. Destroy the field and then you can just special summon at the end phase, maybe summon the whatever combo you're going to come up for the next turn. So 2 Dark Holes, pretty good in this deck. Draw power, there's no search power in this deck apart from terraforming for the field spell. There's no search power, draw power for the ships, so you have to hard draw into them. So I'm going to play triple Pot Desires. This card's getting reprinted as well in the tin, so if you don't have this card, you don't really have to play it. It is a 43 card deck, so you can easily just take 3 of them out if you don't want to play Pot Desires, if you don't fancy playing that. But there's no search power in this deck, so you need to draw into your cards, so play 3 Desires. And a lot of the cards are free anyway, so you don't really care too much. And Instant Fusion, the cool tech, you can also use it to summon something and then tribute, and you can also use it to make extra deck monsters like Zolkin and Slifer Dragon Infinity and rank 5s and stuff. So triple Instant Fusion, good for tribute fodders as well as extra deck monsters. So play free, terraforming, triple terraforming, no nonsense, search the field spell, you need a field spell to play the game. I like Galactic Cyclone in this deck instead of Twin Twisters or MST or Cosmic Cyclone, because sometimes Boss Rush, if your opponent like destroys, if they destroy your field spell, then you use Galactic Cyclone early on, you sometimes do need to normal summon. So sometimes I use Galactic Cyclone to pop Boss Rush, and if there are floodgates, you can use Galactic Cyclone to destroy it afterwards anyway. So Galactic Cyclone, 2 of it. It's also easy to get hold of now because it's in common reprint. So yeah, but you can play Twin Twisters, MSTs and stuff if you want. Soul Charge, this deck's quite quick at getting a couple of cards in the graveyard, so get a ship back from the grave, and they also trigger an effect to get counters, especially the big core guys. Some of them, and then the field spell will give them 1 counter as well if you special summon it from the grave. So yeah, Soul Charge, no nonsense cards, is quite limited, is a really good card. Limited removal, of course, combos quite well with Boss Rush once again. So if it's your opponent's turn and then you attack you, Boss Rush, your opponent attacks your ship. You chain limited removal, and then double the attack, and at the end phase it dies, Boss Rush triggers, and you can also use it to OTK of course, so obviously a limited removal for machine decks is quite strong. If you use it, it's limited for a reason, so yeah, play limited removal, pretty good card in this deck. Monarch Stormforth, I'm not sure what to feel about this card. You can maybe take it out for another trap card or something, because I usually find it's a dead card because I usually have Boss Rush on the field already and I can't tribute summon basically, so it's a good out to some certain cards like maybe Crystal Wing or something. So yeah, maybe play Monarch Stormforth, but maybe take this out in the future, I don't know. It's an okay card, but yeah, I don't know what to feel about this card, but I do play it. Sometimes it comes in clutch, but sometimes it comes in very useless card. I usually just set it and then do anything for the rest of the game with the card. So there's a couple of traps in this deck. I don't really play that many traps because usually if you play too many, you clog your deck. You don't find any plays or anything other than draw traps. So a couple of traps just to get around cards, because the deck does have a problem getting around monsters that can't be destroyed by battle card effects. So Lost Wind to negate their effects so you can destroy and by battle afterwards. So let's like B.E.S or something like that. And you can also use it against extra cards so you can half their attack and stuff, so it's pretty good. Just one-offs. 1 Compulse, because can't be destroyed by card effects and stuff, you just bounce it, so it's not a problem. Skill Drain, one of the best cards in the deck I guess, because it makes all of your cards pretty much just, if you got the field spell combined with it and your opponent's monster negated, your opponent can't do that much. They can't even cast out your field spell and stuff, so. And Torrential, because it triggers Boss Rush on your opponent's turn, which is quite useful, and then you spec more cards the next turn and stuff. So, and not many people really play around Torrential for some reason nowadays. I don't know why. I guess people don't play Torrential anymore, but I love this card. It's one of the best destruction field board wipe cards. 2 Call the Haunted, just to resurrect your cards from the graveyard, and also so you can like block off some damage and stuff. And usually you do have ships in the graveyard because you can destroy them with Dark Hole and stuff. So yeah, 2 Cold Haunted is not bad. Shout out for this deck. For the extra deck, we rarely go into it apart from the Instant Fusion plays, because it's not really optimal going into it, but it does pop up sometimes. But let's go for the fusions. Northern, because we do have Planet Pathfinder and maybe even Max C and stuff if you want to tribute 2 monsters. Panzer Dragon for the Cyber and Dragon Infinity plays, and Sea Monster Ephesius for the Zolkin plays. So just those 3 targets, 3 sufficient 3 targets, just so you can go into them if you need to. Zolkin obviously for the with the Spezius guy, and for the Zolkin targets, play Crystal Wing, of course, the staple. Partner with also my Zolkin, and this time we got a Starter Spark Dragon because you want to protect your field spell from getting destroyed, so you can use Starter Spark Dragon to protect it. So those are the fusion and the synchros. Let's go to the XYZs for the rank 8 because Mark 3 is a level 8. You can sometimes make Heliopolis. You can maybe take this out for other rank 8s that you want. It's up to you, but you don't really have to run rank 8 as well. But yeah, just maybe play one. Maybe sometimes you do need to overlay it and stuff. Guide Dragon because I do play some rank 6 and some rank 5s, which are Utopia Beyond. And M7. M7 is so you can bounce the material. Usually if you used up all the Tetrons, you want to pop more back row, you overlay 2 Tetrons or a Tetron and a Mark II. Then use this card as effect to give back the Tetron from the graveyard, use a field spell, special summon it back, and then pop another back row. So that's why I've played M7. And Utopia Beyond, because a lot of your monsters have really high attack. If you make this guy, and then you special summon the ships from hand afterwards, or from grave as well, attack, they'll have 0 attack, and then it's game usually. So that's good rank 6 for OTKs. For rank 5s, you've got Volcasaurus. You can just bind and do piercing damage with Guide Dragon afterwards, this guy. The 2 pairs are quite been used for a while, and of course the Infinity and Nova combo. So we have Panzer Dragon as well as Crystal Court to make it. And for the rank 4s, we only play Utopia, because you rarely do it, but if it does happen, Utopia is one of the best outs to a lot of stuff, so quite useful cards. Alright, so that's about it. That wraps it up for this B.E.S updated deck profile for the Maximum Crisis set. Hopefully you like that. Any other comments or suggestions, put it down below. Thanks guys, bye bye. Cheers.